And I think it's quite encouraging at the moment to see the steps that are being taken. Hopefully, long may it last with regard to corruption and people being taken on. So that's a good thing. On another note, with regard to improvement of areas and building of areas in South Africa, I think it's really quite a complicated topic, because there's so much happening from the days when Lindiwe Sisulu was the head of housing until today. There's always been concern about town planning and relaxation of areas, and how does sectional title kind of come into all of that? I mean, you've got the gentrification at the moment. I know in Gauteng, of Braamfontein, of it's the corridors of freedom and Louis Botha Avenue and that type of thing. Where do you see the schemes coming in and the opportunity for development of sort of inclusive housing here?
Marina, I think most definitely with housing and space concerns, it would make sense to build high-rise and create schemes providing real property rights to the people. I think it's ridiculous that the majority of salaries have to be spent on people traveling, that they live far out and they have to spend more than half of their salary on a weekly or monthly basis just to get to their place of work. So yeah, no, I think it's a good idea. We see it happening in the Eastern Cape as well, where there is integration, and it seems to be working. I've seen these developments being quite well run, where the maintenance and all is happening. And in fact, about a month ago, I met with one of the developers in our area, in particular to such a development that has gone up in our area, just to discuss with him certain things that I have noticed relevant to the development. And I must say he was quite amenable to me raising these issues, even because initially when I made contact with him, he thought that I was a resident in one of the schemes. And I said to him, no, there's a development that has gone up in my area, but I have certain things that I believe that may be of value to you that I would like to share with you. Can we meet to discuss it? And they were very amenable to meet and discuss it. But yeah, no, I think definitely the gentrification of the inner city areas it needs to happen, and it is happening as we can see it, and it is creating the property, and it's addressing the property needs that are currently being experienced, and yeah, bringing people closer to their place of work as well.
Brilliant. I think there's a lot that's happening and a lot that can be done, and certainly from a worldwide trend, I think there's the old needs to make way for the new. And I know from an international legislation point of view, there's been change to legislation so that you don't have to make it that owners have to agree on such a high percentage to sort of destroy parts of the building and that kind of thing, just to make space for new things, which is interesting. And I think we have to watch that and see maybe we can also manipulate, or not manipulate, but guide the legislation in that regard as well. And then I think I've spoken enough, and I'd like to open the floor to any other questions that anybody has. So if you have muted yourself and you want to unmute and ask Chantel a question, now is your chance for the next couple of minutes. Anybody? Have I asked all the questions that you want to hear?
Marina, I just want to quickly, just if I may, I don't know if, I suppose most of you would have seen the development that was launched in, I think it's the city of Tshwane, Gauteng, that Mooikloof mega residential city that's being planned, where this particular development is, it's a mix between public and private partnership, as I understand it, where they are seeking to assist people who earn apparently that earn too much to qualify for housing subsidy, but also where they also don't earn enough, where they can afford debt financing for the housing to stay in an area of their choice. And apparently, from what I see, is this Mooikloof mega residential city is going to consist of approximately 50,000 sectional title units, as I understand it, or sections. So I think that is, it's quite an interesting and exciting development, I think, for the Tshwane area. And I think that development in itself opens up the door to to the potential of portfolio managers or property managers, an opportunity for property management of those schemes. Because certainly one property management company won't be able to manage 50,000 sectional title units, I would imagine.
Yeah,
They are fully geared up to deal with all of that. But yeah, I think that is a very exciting opportunity that the President Ramaphosa launched not so long ago. So it would be interesting to watch this development as well.
Fantastic. I think you've got to keep your finger on the pulse of what's going on throughout the country. There are lots of very interesting developments, and I think with construction having started again, you're just starting to see how many people the sectional title industry employs, just from a building point of view. We can certainly have that as a separate webinar and get some people in who can discuss that. But yeah, there's opportunity everywhere in this industry, and I'm really so pleased to have had the opportunity to discuss all these things with you, Chantel, because I think we both share a real passion for the industry, and we look forward to bringing in competent, professional, capable ladies as well in the future. Are there any other questions? Because we can then, I know everybody's pretty busy, so we can
Marina, if I just may, in closing, I absolutely agree with you. This industry is, as I said earlier on, if you're passionate about the industry, if you're passionate about property and people, and you want to make a difference in people's lives, this industry is a career path, not just another job. I'll never forget the late Graham Barnes, who was one of the founding members of NAMA, said to me when I actually joined the company, she said, you must just remember, you may not get home at night in time to tuck your daughter into bed, but you can forge a stunning career for yourself in this industry. And I want people to put the word out there, and especially as we spoke about in the schools. The people need to be aware of this industry. They need to be aware of the opportunities, because it's not just property management. There are other expansions from your property management in the business that are open to you, whether it is in the maintenance, whether it is insurance, or whatever the case may be. There are a lot of additions that you can add to your business through property management.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Chantel. We appreciate it. We appreciate ZD Fin. We appreciate your sponsorship. You jumped at the opportunity to assist us, and that does not go unnoticed. We really do. To all of you ladies who've joined us today, we appreciate your presence, and we wish you a fabulous and productive day. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Marina. Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.